statements. That is an incredible level of detail. We don't know anything more than that. But what is key is that with statements in the past, there has always been a reference to this is about mobility issues. Her general health is good, but of course she's 96, and so it's really a problem with her mobility. There's no reference to that in this statement. So that would seem to indicate, when you add to it as well the numbers, the members of the royal family that are travelling immediately to Balmoral, and the concern on the faces of those in the House of Commons earlier today that this is a serious situation, and so we don't have any more detail at the moment, but reading between the lines, there is no surprise that so many people are concerned about the Queen's health.
Let's just bring in former government minister and royal commentator Norman Baker. Norman, you have been critical of the actions of both Meghan and Harry as regards the rest of the royal family, but clearly they are now coming together given these circumstances.
It's humility. Because for all of the grandness of her position here is the coronation, the imperial state crown being lowered onto her head by the Archbishop of Canterbury, for all the grandness of her position, it never went to her head. She had, I think, an instinctive understanding that as a hereditary monarch, she had to win the trust of the people of this country and the other countries of which she was queen. And that, I believe, is what she did. She gave it and she kept it. She kept the monarchy strong. Now, of course, there have been a few bumps along the way. It would be extraordinary if there hadn't been. Bumps which have almost without exception been caused by other members of her family. But she pursued her role with that sense of humility and by putting duty first. And she was at heart, people who knew her, it's funny to talk in the past tense, a woman, rather reserved, certainly in her early years. There was none of that sort of vainglorious and overbearing behaviour.
Spreading the news in social media as people come to terms with what's happened. And as Nick was saying memorably a few months ago, it's a seismic event. It's the longest reigning monarch in British history who's left us at the age of 96. And it's not a surprise when someone of that age suffers ill health and eventually passes away. But what is left, of course, is the reflection on what was achieved and the kind of life that was led, and the sense of duty and the sense of loyalty, and, as Nick was saying, the sense of humility, which seems rather bizarre to say for a monarch, but someone who